Today we're sharing with you our absolute favorite appetizers. These are tried and true bites that are a hit at every party. No need to spend time coming up with ideas. These are true grab and go.
We're starting out with our #1 appetizer, crispy Parmesan potatoes. The Parmesan makes them so crispy and delicious. So you want to use pretty small red or yellow baby potatoes so that they're about bite size. I'm making about 3/4 of a pound, which will serve about 3 to 4 people. You can adjust for however many servings you need. Let's give these potatoes a good wash. Don't want any dirt in there. And then we'll dry them with a paper towel. I'm just going to slice each of them in half. Then in a large bowl, combine the melted butter, garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, salt, and pepper. Now in go the potatoes. Toss them in the seasoning mix until they're all evenly coated. Okay, now for the magic part. You want to take each potato and dip it in the Parmesan. Get lots of Parmesan on there like that, and then put it face down on the baking sheet. We're just going to do that with each one of these little potatoes. Lots of Parmesan. Now it's into the oven for 30 minutes. The potatoes are done and they look amazing. Just look at that golden crispy goodness. Does it get any better than that? Ooh, they're so crispy on the outside. The Parmesan smells amazing. These are so good.
Our second appetizer recipe is pepperoni pizza rolls. My son loves pizza, so I'm always looking for how to make pizza-y things. You're gonna love them. I'm using King's Hawaiian Savory rolls for these, but you can use any roll, really. Just break them apart. Then you'll need to make 2 slits in each bun. Don't cut too far down or they'll split in half. Now you can stuff 2 pieces of pepperoni into each side and stuff in some mozzarella cheese. Put them on a baking sheet with parchment paper. This is where the magic happens. Mix melted butter with parsley, garlic salt, Parmesan cheese, and oregano. Stir that all up. We're gonna brush them right onto the top of the rolls. Be generous, it's delicious. They're gonna bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 10 minutes. And when you pull them out, they'll be all melted and golden on top. Get ready for the cheese pull. Oh, so good. It's actually the garlic butter that draws you in. It's a winner.
Next up are these adorable little corn dog bites. These are great for a kid's party. So to make these really easy, I am using a box of Jiffy corn mix. You can use any kind of cornbread mix that you like. This is just easy for me. You can also make your own. It's not hard, you just need some cornmeal, a couple of other ingredients. For the Jiffy mix, you just need to add the corn mix, and an egg, and milk. Then whisk it all up. There will still be some clumps here, that's fine. Don't over stir it. Now we can cut the hot dogs into pieces. I go with about 1-inch pieces, so you'll get about 5 from 1 hot dog. You need 24 total. Spray the muffin tin pretty well so that the cornbread doesn't stick. Then we're gonna fill up each well just about halfway. Not too much or it'll roll over the top and make a mess. Stick a hot dog piece into each one of those. Then we're gonna bake these at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for about 10 to 12 minutes until they're nice and golden. When they're done, let them sit for a few minutes so they're not so hot. You don't wanna burn your mouth. Then you can just eat them right out of the pan. Just kidding. No, I'm not.
If you've never had nachos made with tater tots before, you're in for a treat. Cover your baking sheet with parchment paper and get those tots in the oven. Just use the instructions on the package to cook them. While the tater tots are cooking, you can gather up all your toppings. We're gonna be using some ground beef, which I've got cooking right back here. And I like to put on black beans, cheddar cheese, cherry tomatoes, black olives, green onions, jalapenos maybe, and some cilantro. Make sure you crumble up the beef as it cooks so it's in small pieces. When it's done, check if there's excess grease. You can remove it easily with a spoon or a paper towel like this. Then add the seasoning and a little water. Stir it all up and let it cook on medium heat for 2 to 3 minutes. When the tots are done, it's time to load them up. Sprinkle on the meat and then the beans. You don't have to use the whole can unless you want to, of course. Spread on the cheese. This goes into the oven for about 5 minutes. Let's add some toppings. We've got our cherry tomatoes, olives, green onions, jalapeno, cilantro, and some sour cream. Totchos come out gooey and packed with flavor. They're fun to eat, and they're fun to take to a party. Although, I might not share mine.
If you're a fan of a Philly cheesesteak, you are going to love these. I am using actual Cheese Whiz for these. Might not be that great for you, but it is authentic. This is what they use on the Philly cheesesteak subs at Gino's and Pat's in Philadelphia. Also using frozen crinkle cut fries, and you can make these in the oven or the air fryer. I like to just dump them in the air fryer. It's so easy. It takes about 10 minutes on 400 degrees. Heat some oil in a pan, then add the onions and peppers and cook those for about 4 minutes. Take them out of the pan. We're going to add the steak right in there. I'm using a shaved beef that I can get at my grocery. I just chopped it up really well. You can do that to a piece of steak as well. Don't forget to season it. When it's browned, take it off the heat. Now for the Cheese Whiz. When you order a Philly cheesesteak, you can either get Cheese Whiz or provolone generally. So you could use either, or you could just use shredded cheddar if you don't want to use Cheese Whiz, or really any other type of nacho cheese would be fine. And I'm just going to put this in the microwave and get it nice and toasty. Just like that. Get the fries in a big bowl. Add on the onions and peppers, spread them all around. Then add on the beef, again, spread it all around. And now for that Cheese Whiz. Smother it on, just do it, you're gonna love it. Look at that. Are these better than the sandwich? You'll have to try them and find out. They're really good.
If you love nachos and tacos, here's a hybrid for you. They're easy to pick up and eat, and your guests will love them. We're gonna use round tortilla chips for this recipe, so get the biggest ones you can find. I like these mission chips, they're pretty good size. We're gonna spread them out, get rid of the ones that are broken, because you don't want those. Then preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit and line your baking sheet for easier cleanup. Season the chicken with chili powder, cumin, and some salt. Spread some refried beans on each chip. Then top with the chicken and the cheese. Now we're gonna bake these. We wanna get the beans hot and melt the cheese. It's really only gonna need about 5 minutes. When they're done, you can add any toppings you like. That really is the great part about this. Just make sure you're doing this right before you're ready to serve, so the tostadas are still warm. I like to add sour cream, onion, tomato, and cilantro. Just look how easy that was. And now we have a whole tray of delicious tostada bites to enjoy. All your favorite taco flavors in one little bite. The hard part is gonna be not eating them all before your guests arrive.
Another fan favorite is this garlic butter baked brie. It's simple to make. All you need is a high quality wheel of brie. Put that in a cast iron or glass baking dish and score the top. Mix melted butter, sliced garlic, and then pour that all over the top of the brie. Bake it at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 10 to 12 minutes until it's nice and bubbly on top. Give it a sprinkle of thyme and serve it with toasted crostini and enjoy.
These mini pizzas are made with just 5 ingredients and they get gobbled up in seconds. We use store-bought pizza dough to make these super easy. Find a cup that's the right size to cut circles that fit inside the muffin tin. Lightly grease the tin, then place the dough circles into each well. Spoon on the sauce, then the cheese and pepperoni. Bake it for 10 minutes until it's golden brown and the cheese is melted. Don't forget to keep one for yourself.
Next up is an appetizer and table decoration rolled into one. This rainbow fruit platter is a great way to dress up the table and serve something healthy and fresh at the same time. I like to put some brie in the center to hold in the skewers, plus it just looks really cute. I'm putting a few raspberries and some blueberries for decoration. Now you can thread the fruit onto the skewers. Use whatever fruit you like for these. I like to buy a carton of fruit to make it easy. I'm using rainbow colors because I really like the way it looks. As you get these done, you can stick them into the cheese in the center of the plate. Just look how pretty that is.
We're making Mexican street corn in these cute little cups. It's definitely one of my favorites, and it's easy to see why. You can use a can of corn or corn on the cob, and if you want to keep it authentic, you should char the corn just a little bit before you use it. It's really up to you how much effort you want to put in. Today, I'm using an 11-ounce can of corn that I've drained. Grab a bowl and fill it with the corn, mayo, lime juice, zest, green onions, jalapenos, chili powder, and salt. Give it a good stir. Then cover it and refrigerate it for at least 20 minutes to let the flavors meld. Now that it's chilled, we can portion it out into these cute little cups. You could use shot glasses or even paper cups. I love these cute little plastic cups for serving appetizers. They're just the right size. Now that they're all filled, you can add some crumbled cotija, some cilantro, and a lime wedge for garnish. Aren't these guys just so cute? All the flavors in that go so well together.
This wedge salad skewer is the perfect little bite. It's fresh, crunchy, and packed with flavor. And best of all, it's super easy to make. Before you get started, I think you should get all of your ingredients together on a board and be ready to skewer them up. We've got iceberg lettuce, bacon, cherry tomatoes, cubed avocados, some red onion, ranch dressing, and some crumbled blue cheese. You're also going to need 4-inch skewers to put them all together. Start by threading on the lettuce a bite-sized chunk, then 2 pieces of bacon, a piece of avocado, a tomato, and a little more lettuce. Next, we can sprinkle on some onion bits and blue cheese. And drizzle on that ranch dressing. If you want, you can drizzle on some blue cheese dressing and skip the crumbles, but I really like all of that stuff in there, and I really like the ranch dressing with this too. These are really great to add some freshness and veggies to your appetizer spread.
This is the absolute best way to serve corn on the cob. We call it cowboy corn because it's slathered with the delicious cowboy butter sauce. Add the softened butter into a bowl and add the garlic, lemon zest, lemon juice, Dijon, paprika, red pepper flakes, chives, salt, and some pepper. Mix that all up and then set that aside for now. Now let's cut the corn cobs in half. Make as many lollipops as you want. The grill's nice and hot. I'm just gonna grill these until they're tender and a little charred. These are perfect. Stick in a skewer and then slather on that butter with a basting brush. Be sure to get all the sides and then garnish it with some parsley. Line them up on the serving platter and watch them disappear. You need a thicker skewer for these than your typical meat skewer. You really need a handle to hold on to. That cowboy butter is really ramping up the flavor here.
These tortilla shrimp bites are so simple to put together and they make one perfect bite. Start with a bag of round tortilla chips. Mash up some avocado with salt and garlic powder. Sauté the shrimp with salt and lime juice. Now just put it all together. It's so simple and so good.
These bacon jalapeno popper bites are probably the easiest appetizer we've ever made on our channel. They only take a few minutes to make, which is way faster than making actual jalapeno poppers, but they have the same great flavors in one tiny little package. I usually plan to make way more of these than I actually need because the first tray is gone in minutes. Be sure to set the cream cheese out so that it can soften. Add the chives, jalapenos, bacon, and cheeses. Mix it all together. Now just spoon the mixture into the tortilla cups. And we're gonna bake this for about 8 minutes until the cheese is hot and bubbly. All right. See, in just 8 minutes, they're all done and ready to go. The cheese is melted and bubbly, and you have the jalapeno and the bacon in there and the chips for crunch. What's not to love?
Talk about crowd pleasers. These buffalo chicken poppers are all your favorite flavors as finger food. Start by cutting the peppers in half and removing the seeds. Put the chopped chicken in a bowl and mix in the cream cheese, half the cheddar, half the buffalo sauce, and the salt. Stuff the peppers with the filling, then line them up on a baking sheet and sprinkle on the remaining cheese. Bake it for 10 minutes until the cheese is all melty and bubbly on top. Drizzle on the rest of the buffalo sauce and the blue cheese dressing. That's the perfect appetizer.
If you've never paired shrimp with pineapple, you're in for a treat. Take a large shrimp today. This is about a 16 to 20. You can use whatever size you like. Just make sure to cut your pineapple about the same size. You want them to be similar. Rub some oil on your grill to keep anything from sticking. Then heat it up to high heat. Add the shrimp and the pineapple. Cook it for about 1 minute per side. The pineapple you can flip a few times to get grill marks on each side. Then take them off. Keep an eye out, you don't want to overcook the shrimp. Grab a skewer and put them together. They look really great on a serving platter. You can season these with a little extra salt and pepper if you think they're gonna need them. But now it's time for the best part. Let's give it a try.
I love tacos in any form, and these Party Perfect mini taco cups are always a crowd pleaser. Brown the meat and drain the grease. Then stir in the taco seasoning. Chop up some tomatoes and cilantro. I'm using store-bought pastry shells to make it easy. Fill them with some meat, cheese, tomatoes, and cilantro. Add a little dollop of sour cream if you like. I guarantee these won't last long.
Next up are these crispy Cajun potato wedges. Well, I don't know about you, but I love potato wedges. They're way more fun than French fries, and you can serve them with any seasoning or sauce that you like. Today I'm making a Cajun version. I'm using baby yellow potatoes for this. They don't have to be peeled, but do give them a good scrub. Then cut them into wedges. You want Goldilocks wedges, not too thick, but not too thin. Put the wedges in a bowl and coat them with olive oil. Sprinkle the Cajun seasoning over the wedges and stir it up. Then you can spread them out on a baking sheet. I'm gonna put these in the oven for about 25 minutes. Take them out and flip them over. This helps them get nice crispy edges. Then it's back into the oven they go for about 10 more minutes. My wedges took about 27 minutes to get perfectly crispy. They're just the way I like them. You might want to make a double batch. These will be gone in no time.
A little finger food that's super fun to eat are these cheesy potato bites. These appetizers are actually really good for any time, so keep them on your list. We're gonna start by heating some water with some salt until it's boiling. Then we can drop in the potatoes. It's gonna take about 12 minutes for those to cook, depending on the size. When they're done, you can drain them into a colander and then let them sit there for a few minutes so that they can cool off. We're not trying to play hot potato here, so wait until they're cool enough to slice them in half. I like to cut off a little bit of the bottom too, so that they're standing up on the tray. Now you can scoop the insides out. If you have a little spoon or a knife that you can run around the edge, that's the easiest way. I don't think they need to be perfect, just get in there and scoop it out. I think there's probably enough here. Now we can add the crumbled bacon, cheese, and melted butter, and stir that all up. You'll want to taste the filling to make sure that it's well seasoned. Salt will make these bites taste so much better. So you'll want to give it a taste and just add as much salt as you think it needs. You can also salt the potatoes to give them a little bit of extra flavor. Spread the filling out amongst the potatoes. Just mounding it up a little bit helps to keep it all together. Don't worry, they'll all get enough in the end. Now you can set them all on a baking sheet. See how great they stand up? We're gonna bake these for about 10 to 12 minutes at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, that's 200 degrees Celsius. You'll know they're done when the tops get a little golden and crispy. All right, let's try one. I like to serve these with a little bit of sour cream on top and some chives. It's nice if you can serve them hot, but they're good cold too. The best best part about these little potatoes are how moist and squishy the inside of the potato gets, but how crunchy they are on the outside. They're delicious.
Our family has been making stuffed celery for holidays for decades. We are definitely pros at it. It's a satisfyingly crunchy and creamy snack in the perfect handheld form. First, grab some fresh celery and chop these stalks into 3 pieces. Next up, the bacon. We're cooking up 3 strips until they're nice and crispy. Because let's be real, bacon makes everything better. Once it's cooked, crumble it up and try not to eat it all before you make it into the filling. No judgment if you do. Now, let's make the filling. In goes shredded cheese, crispy bacon, fresh chives, a little salt and pepper, and a few dashes of hot sauce for a tiny kick. Give it all a good mix. That's how easy these are. These are super crunchy and everyone is gonna love them.
These bacon cheeseburger bites are perfect for a party. Everyone loves them, and they're super easy to put together. Start by baking the waffle fries. Then mix the ground beef with paprika, salt, and pepper. Form small patties. Cook them in a pan for about 3 minutes per side until they're nice and crispy. Then add a little cheese at the end so that it can melt on. Now you can assemble them with whatever toppings you like. I'm going with pickle, bacon, lettuce, tomato, mustard, and ketchup. Add a skewer to hold them all together. Aren't these the perfect little bites?
Say hello to these irresistible deviled eggs with bacon. Boil the eggs using your preferred method. I like to start them in cold water and boil them for 12 minutes. Then immediately put them into an ice bath to cool. Once they're cooled, you can peel them. Next, we'll cook the bacon. You want it crispy. Put it on a paper towel lined plate to dry, and then crumble it up and set it aside. Let's get the egg ready. I like to slice them in half, lengthwise. Then we're just gonna remove the yolk. Put the yolks in a small bowl and add the mayo, dill, chives, mustard, and salt. Mash it all up. Spread the filling among the eggs. Set them on a serving platter and top them with the crumbled bacon and garnish with more fresh dill. Deviled eggs are a great addition to any party spread.
There's nothing better than fresh peaches. They're so aromatic, perfectly juicy, and so tasty. You don't want to miss an opportunity to use them in your appetizers. We're making a peach, prosciutto, and mozzarella skewer. You don't need to peel the peaches, just wash them well and cut around the middle. Take the pit out, then we're going to slice them up into some thin slices. You can cut the prosciutto slices into 4 pieces each. Now to assemble these, gently push the skewer into the peel side of the peach, fold a basil leaf and thread it onto the skewer. Follow with a folded piece of prosciutto and a mozzarella ball. Rinse and repeat until they're all done. Arrange your skewers on a serving plate, then lightly season them with black pepper and drizzle on the balsamic glaze. Okay, let's give one a try. It's amazing how all those flavors go together. The peaches are so flavorful.
We always serve potato salad. It's a staple in our family, but these little bites are actually easier to eat and they take up the perfect amount of space on your already loaded food plate. Start out by cooking your potatoes. These are baby red potatoes and they take about 12 minutes to cook through. Drain them when they're done. You don't want to play hot potato, trust me, so let them cool before you slice them in half. I'm going to chop up the last 2 and put them in the bowl to make potato salad. Scoop the insides out of the rest. Slice a bit off the bottom so that they sit flat and then put them on your serving platter. Now you have a bowl of potatoes to work with, so add the mayo, mustard, pickles, pickle juice, salt and pepper, and stir it all up. You want to add the chopped eggs at the end so that they don't get too broken up. Stuff each of the potato shells with the salad. Then garnish them all with paprika and parsley. See? Bite-sized potato salad. It's definitely the way to go.
If you're a taco lover like I am, you have to make these mini tacos. We make them every time family comes over. They make a great appetizer and even a great lunch. Put your shredded chicken in a pan and heat it up. Then add the taco seasoning and some water and just let it all meld together. I'm using street taco corn tortillas for this today. These are just the right size. You can get them in yellow or white corn. It's up to you. I'm just gonna spread them here on my baking sheet with a little bit of parchment paper. Brush or spray some oil on the tortillas to help them crisp up. Then you can add the chicken and the cheese. We'll bake this for about 1 minute at 425 degrees, just until the cheese melts. Then you can get it out of the oven and fold them over. Squish them down a little so they stick. Then bake it again for 10 minutes. In the middle of that cooking time, you'll want to flip them over so that they get crisped up evenly. When they're done, add your sour cream, tomatoes, and jalapeno. They're ready to serve. What I love about these tacos is how crispy they get. But the cheese inside makes them nice and gooey and delicious. Thanks for watching. I hope you'll make some or all of these appetizers. Your guests will appreciate the effort. We've got lots of appetizer videos for you to watch. How about watching another one before you go?